First at 4, Labor Day weekend is here, and temperatures and humidity working in our favor. Not so much rain chances. We'll run it down all for you coming up. Karen?
Hey there, Ben. Thanks so much. Also, how you celebrate this holiday weekend could lead to another COVID-19 turning point. Experts issue a warning, and we have an update on the race for a vaccine. Good afternoon, Paula.
What does an accordion have to do with teaching middle school math? Absolutely everything if you're a remote teacher like this guy.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, we are headed into the Labor Day weekend with the sun shining on the Detroit River. Now, we know many of you are wondering how the forecast might affect your plans. So let's get right to Ben Bailey to see how the weekend will start. Any trouble on the horizon, Ben?
I think we're going to have to watch those rain chances, Karen, but generally this is a WYSIWYG forecast. What you see is what you get. We've got a lot more blue skies, a lot more comfortable temperatures, and low humidity to get us through the next 3 days. Look at those numbers, mid-70s in a good chunk of the area. A little bit on the breezy side, but we will see those winds calm down for Saturday and Sunday before they pop back up on Labor Day Monday. And here's how the rest of tomorrow looks. We're going to get to 77 on the high side. However, when we get into the upcoming weekend, those rain chances will be the big question. Slight chance there on Saturday, better shots on Sunday. We'll time that out for you. And some rain is possible on Labor Day Monday. But I think the takeaway here, Karen, is the bulk of the 3 days are going to be dry. And if you're going outside the area or if you're staying home, take us with you. Local Forecasters app will get you caught up on the rain chances, temperatures, and everything else you need to know about the holiday weekend forecast. And as always, it's free in your app store by searching WDIV. We'll check on the Labor Day weekend timing of that rain and some much wetter days ahead in just a few minutes. Karen?
Sounds good. Thank you, Ben. We do have breaking news from downtown Detroit. That's where southbound I-375 is closed at Lafayette. You can see the problem. A huge semi has rolled over. Traffic volumes have been lighter, but definitely avoid the area if you can. We'll let you know when the scene is clear. Public health experts say this could be a make or break weekend when it comes to fighting the COVID pandemic. First, we did just receive Michigan's daily report. The state saw 982 new cases in the past 24 hours. For perspective, that is the highest number since August 15th. Also, 7 additional deaths have been reported. This weekend, there are concerns holiday travel and social gatherings could lead to a spike in cases, just like Memorial Day and 4th of July. Experts are urging everyone to stay vigilant about COVID precautions. In particular, avoid large gatherings. Tonight at 5, why an end of summer spike could be particularly dangerous and the extra precautions that could prevent it. A search is underway right now in Northville Township for the driver who hit and killed a 20-year-old and then just took off. Police say the young man was skateboarding with friends just before midnight on Sheldon Road. Witnesses tell police the car seemed to be a white or silver sedan. Evidence at the scene indicates there is damage to the vehicle. If you saw anything in the area or perhaps see a white or silver car with recent damage, call Northville Township Police. A Chesterfield Township man is formally charged in a crash that killed a 10-year-old girl in Warren. Timothy Otto is charged with second-degree murder, manslaughter, and reckless driving. Prosecutors say Otto went through a red light at 10 Mile and Ryan in July, crashing his truck into the car driven by the girl's mother. He was carrying a backhoe on a trailer, and that fell onto the girl's car, killing the child. If convicted, Otto faces life in prison. He's due back in court later this month. Now to the unrest across America. Members of a federal task force shot and killed a man wanted in a shooting at a Portland protest. The 48-year-old was accused of shooting a supporter of a right-wing group in Oregon last week. It happened during a fight between protesters and a pro-Trump caravan. The U.S. Marshals say when the task force tried to arrest the suspect, he showed a gun and threatened police. Investigators say local police and deputies were among the 4 members of the task force who fired their weapons. Moving now to New York City, where a car drove through a crowd of protesters in Times Square. Video shows it just speed through the group of 100 Black Lives Matter protesters last night. No one was hurt. New York City police still trying to find the driver. And that crowd in New York City was protesting the death of Daniel Prude, a Rochester, New York man who died in police custody. 7 Rochester police officers have been suspended after restraining Prude. Today, the head of their police union said the officers were following their training when they put a hood over his head and pinned him to the ground for 2 minutes. They say Prude told them he had COVID-19. He suffocated. Prude's brother says he was suffering from a mental health episode. It has been a challenging week as close to 24 local school districts started the new year with a new normal. We wanted to see how teachers are doing and how they're relearning to teach students from afar. Paula Tutman checks in with teachers, including one instructor who put a tuxedo and an accordion to good use.
Accordion player in the QB.
Steve Caponin is that teacher, the one who harasses you with kindness and quirkiness by following birthday celebrants down the hall with an accordion. But when the Farmington School District started the year off remotely, an accordion wouldn't do, and so for the first day of school, he wore a tuxedo.
It's 9:01, so I'm going to get started because we got about 25 minutes today.
There are people who work a job as a profession, and there are teachers who work a job because it's their passion. And for them, like this middle school math teacher, the first week of remote teaching has been difficult emotionally.
This is something I've wanted to do since first grade, so that's what I was put on this earth to do, be a teacher. I have a sphere of influence that's this big. So what can I do in this sphere of influence? So yeah, I can lament that I can't see my kids in person. There's grief all around, and just trying to help all of us deal with that grief in whatever ways they deal with grief, I think is really important.
From his home classroom in his basement,
I work with 2 computers, and so it's juggling a lot of different things.
he's figuring out what works and what doesn't, like losing an entire class in chat rooms.
I don't think my directions were clear enough, and they ended up in all these different rooms, and I couldn't find them. But, I kind of knew that going into it, that, as soon as I click this button, chaos is going to break loose.
For Natalie Ford, an English teacher in the Berkeley School District, her classroom is her classroom. It just doesn't look like it or feel like it.
I think lecturing is not good just because, they have they can just turn on the TV if they want to. So, me on Zoom for a long period of time is not working for anybody, including me.
Remote teachers are working longer hours because they just can't turn it off, as students reach out to them at all hours of the day to get questions answered.
So I'm here all day, and then in the evenings, because I have little kids, so I put my kids to bed, and then in the evenings, it's just like me and the computer.
I'm just thinking about today, and I'm thinking about tomorrow. I'm not really into what's next month because I just can't think that far ahead right now.
But these are teachers who have become essential workers, essentially heroes, who will figure this out and make it work for their students. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
So what has the first week of remote learning been like for students and their families? Paula checks in with a local family today at 5. And of course, it is not just schools being forced to do things differently. Still ahead, how one of the biggest local festivals is adapting to life during a pandemic. Also, the race for a coronavirus vaccine. News from Russia, and international experts don't agree with the timeline suggested by President Trump. Up first, parents. Imagine seeing a stranger grabbing your shopping cart with your baby inside and just walking away. More of this video and the suspect's explanation next.